Hello everyone, my name is Blake Eugene, and this presentation summarizes my research proposal titled Assessing Learning Outcomes of the Duolingo Kids app using Qualitative YouTube Video Analysis. This project was completed for ITEC 8150 Research Design Proposal under the instruction of Dr. Kimberly Wagenbach. In today's digital learning environment, artificial intelligence and gamification have become central tools for early language learning. Mobile apps like Duolingo Kids offer interactive, self-paced, and adaptive lessons that are widely used by families and schools. However, even with the growing popularity of these tools, research tends to focus on adult learners or structured classroom settings. Much less is known about how users actually behave while using these applications at home or in everyday environments. This gap led me to explore real-world user interactions with the Duolingo Kids app using publicly available YouTube videos. Problem statement. The problem is that existing research seldom examines authentic, real-time learning interactions with AI-powered educational apps. Most prior studies rely on surveys, self-reports, or test scores, which do not fully capture how learners engage with the app moment by moment. Additionally, direct research involving minors requires an intensive IRB process, so there is a lack of observational studies focusing on early learners. This lack of real-world behavioral evidence makes it difficult to understand how gamified and AI-driven features truly impact learning and engagement. The purpose of this study is to qualitatively analyze engagement behaviors and visible learning outcomes using publicly available YouTube videos showing users interacting with the Duolingo Kids app. By examining authentic interactions, gestures, verbal responses, and task engagement, this study aims to identify how learners respond to the app's features, such as rewards, repetition, and AI feedback. This method allows for ethical observation without contacting or interacting with minors directly. Research questions. This study is guided by one overarching research question. How do users' observable interactions in publicly available YouTube videos reflect engagement behaviors and learning outcomes while using the Duolingo Kids app? To support this question, there are three sub-questions. Research question 1. What engagement behaviors emerge during app use? Research question 1B. How do gamified and AI-driven features influence persistence and interaction? Research question 1C. What indicators of learning outcomes are visible, such as vocabulary recognition, pronunciation practice, or task completion? Literature review highlights. The existing literature provides valuable insight into the benefits of gamified learning. Alia and colleagues found that Duolingo can improve vocabulary learning, while Zhang and Hassim reported that gamification increases motivation and engagement. However, most studies involve adults or take place in controlled environments. A systematic review by Short and others shows that research rarely analyzes naturalistic app use. Recent methodological studies recommend using video-based approaches to capture authentic learning interactions. These studies support the idea that YouTube is a rich data source for understanding how learners actually behave. Methodology. This study uses a qualitative thematic content analysis approach. I will conduct a purposeful sample of approximately 10 to 15 publicly available YouTube videos that show users appearing to be early learners. interacting with the Duolingo Kids app. This approach allows me to focus on observable behavior, such as whether the user hesitates, repeats tasks, expresses excitement or frustration, or responds to feedback. The analysis will be guided by Braun and Clark's six-phase framework for thematic analysis and carried out using in vivo or similar software to help organize and code the video data. Data procedures and ethics. To protect privacy and uphold ethical standards, the study uses secondary data that is already publicly available. No contact will be made with any individuals, and no identifying information such as names, locations, or faces will be collected. Each video will be assigned a coded identifier, and excerpts will be paraphrased rather than directly displayed. This approach aligns with the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services 2022 guidance on using online public data in research. Expected contributions. This study is expected to contribute several important insights. First, it will reveal real-world engagement patterns that are not captured in test-based studies. Second, it will show how learners respond to gamified and AI-driven features within the app. Third, the findings may help developers improve the design of educational technology by identifying which features support or hinder learning. Finally, the study contributes to information technology research by demonstrating how video analytics can be used to evaluate human-computer interaction. In conclusion, this research addresses a clear gap in the literature by analyzing authentic user interactions with the Duolingo Kids app. The study is ethical, feasible, and relevant to information technology because it focuses on real-world engagement with an AI-based learning system. This proposal also provides a strong foundation for future research. Thank you for your time, and I look forward to any questions or feedback.